I'm sorry, that save, that save, just for that save itself, player of the match. Like, my
Yeah,
God, what a fantabulous save!
I
Absolutely
swear
amazing.
it happened on my side, but I was so sure that like that went in.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of All About the W. We are here to review the last two games of the quarterfinals. I'm super excited about it. Stoked because of last night's game. As usual, I have Kai with me. Kai, how you been feeling?
I'm tired. I'm really tired.
Yeah.
I mean, the two quarterfinal matches that I've attended both went to extra time and penalties.
Yeah.
So, we got
Yeah,
back
it's
home
Kai. I'm
like
telling you,
that. Yeah,
everyone. Kai is the
yeah, it's my
problem.
fault. Sure, yeah, I have that much power over the world. But yeah, we came back late. And then again went because there's no match today. We went to Burn today just to have a walk around the city. So yeah, pretty tired today.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, I'm not necessarily tired. I'm just sleep deprived. These games are just killing me. Like these extra times are killing me. It's like half an hour more of watching football, and then you have to watch
Yeah,
the penalties. My God. Um,
and that must mean you sleep at like 3:34 in the morning, right?
yeah, so it finishes at like 4 or something, and then you're just like, what's the point? I can just like not sleep now because I have to wake
Yeah,
up in like 2 hours anyway. Uh,
yeah,
Okay, before we begin, I would like to remind everyone to like, subscribe, comment, share. We're very happy to see that there were some comments, some productive, some not. In our previous episode, hey, we take all sorts of comments. We enjoy the
yeah,
comments.
yeah,
Hey, we enjoy getting into a little bit of banter as well in the comments. So
yeah,
look forward to that if you're interested in bantering us. Anyway, let's begin with the big game that happened last night because I'm still not over that one, which is France versus Germany, which ended 1-1 and then went to penalties. Great penalty shootout, by the way, compared to the England game at least. Anyway,
yeah,
Guerrero scored in the 15th minute on a pen, and then Nuskin scored in the 25th minute. Nuskin missed a pen, and Heinrich got a red card. Um Kai,
yeah.
uh, I have so many thoughts about this game. Uh, so let's begin.
I think let's
I
go
think,
blow for blow. Let's go
yeah,
blow for blow. That's the only way to do it. Like, let's
yeah,
start with the red card because this
yeah. Okay,
game had
let's.
so much
Okay,
action.
the game, I thought that France had a pretty bright start, uh,
Yeah.
and I thought that the movement was good when they started the game. It looked like they were in control a little bit, and I think that maybe perhaps that led to a little bit of panic in the German camp,
Hmm.
because that red card, how stupid was that red card? Like, it's already unacceptable to pull someone's hair, but to
Oh,
do it when there's a VAR and all the cameras on the planet are literally centered on you is just
yeah.
absolutely bonkers. What did you think about that
It's
card?
it's so stupid, right? Like, I mean, so obviously I was in the stadium, and
Yeah,
the play had already restarted, I think.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
it was a free kick. I think somebody cleared the ball, and the play was going on when the ref blew the whistle again. And we need to have a chat about this. Both the refs, both the games, two refs, big problems for me. I do want to talk about it a little bit, but yeah, the ref blew the whistle, and I was like, and we were completely confused. All it said was VAR check for a potential red.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, come on. Like, I thought it must have been like some silly little like ball grazing the little finger of somebody's hand or something like that. Because, a set piece, right? And I texted Ash. I was like, hey, listen, there's a red card check going on. What's going on? And Ash responded saying, oh, somebody pulled somebody's hair. And I was like, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, of course, like in the stadium, like they showed later on that the red card was for violent conduct, for pulling like the German number, whatever Henrik is,
But
pulled. yeah, unboxed hair, and yeah, I mean that's just unacceptable. And Henrik is an experienced player. Like, I mean, it's one of those things where maybe you can forgive somebody who is, I don't know, if for Vamsar, who's already a young player, if like a 17-year-old had been put in a quarterfinal match to replace Vamsar in that back line, and she did something like this,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
I might be inclined to forgive her, but not somebody who's as experienced as Hendrik. I'm sorry. Like,
yeah,
that's just
yeah. And
stupid. You put your
especially,
team in a very bad position.
yeah, and especially when you know that your team is already played with, injuries, with suspensions, you have a lot of like problems already. Uh, why do you want to make it worse? And so early in the game as well. Like, why do you want to take a chance so early in the game? Like, if it was like in the 80th or 85th minute and you got a red, and somehow you use that to win, like you did an
Yeah.
egregious thing, you took one for the team, you went off, and then your team won. That's a different story. I can still accept that.
Yeah.
Like, this was what, in the 16th minute or something. It was ridiculous,
Yeah.
absolutely
Yeah.
ridiculous. Like, I it's unforgivable. I'm sorry. Like, if
And I'm
I was,
sorry, her reaction to it.
yeah,
Like, I saw photos later on with her reaction with like Berger and Knack in the frame. And obviously,
yeah,
like Berger and Knack look like completely confounded. They have no idea what's
yeah,
going
yeah,
on.
yeah.
But Hendrik is also like this. And I'm like,
Oh
what?
my
You
god,
pulled
like,
her hair. You know
you
exactly what
you
you did.
you know what you did, like,
Yeah.
seriously. Also, it was in the 13th minute. My apologies.
Hmm.
um so yeah, I mean, I was just like flabbergasted. Like, yeah, you're an experienced player, you know how these things work, you know what constitutes violent conduct. They have a meeting before every year starts where they discuss the rules. Like,
Yeah. And also, I
they
don't think
probably,
at any point in footballing history, pulling
you've
somebody's
been
hair
allowed
has
to
been
pull
acceptable.
hair. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was really stupid. But of course, that
Yeah,
means that France got a penalty because that action happened inside the box.
yeah, yeah. And
And
I must credit France now. Apparently, like, converting penalties has become a skill. So, I must like
yeah, it's become a
congratulate
niche
them for,
skill in this
yeah, for
tournament.
for their spot kick going into the back of the net.
Yeah,
Well done,
yeah.
France.
I feel like I feel like there might be more like direct free kick scored or like Olympico scored before
Yeah.
like, more than like penalties scored in this tournament because
Yeah, I mean, in-game penalties for sure.
yeah.
Um.
But I mean,
Anyway,
credit to Gioro. And I mean, and the funniest thing is AKB almost saved this one
almost
because
saved it.
she
Yeah,
dived
yeah,
to her right and it came centrally. She got a hand to it, but didn't get
yeah,
enough power on it to push it out.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And Aguero's penalty was very fast. Like there was a lot of
yeah, yeah, yeah.
power behind it, so it she managed to convert it, but only just I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I after that, no, the whole game, the commentator spent the entire rest of the game talking about how Berger deserved some luck, quote unquote,
Huh.
for uh, almost saving the penalty and for surviving cancer. And I'm just like, okay,
Wow.
first of all, okay, whatever.
I'm sorry.
And
He
then,
was equating these two things. That's funny.
yeah, yeah. And then, in the penalty shootout, Berger comes on to take the penalty, right? Uh,
Yeah.
and like, she puts it into the like, she converts her penalty, and then the
Yeah.
commentator is like, she deserves a bit of luck for surviving cancer and for almost saving the previous pen. And so she got her bit of luck, and I'm like, her foot, ball, like, her skill,
Yeah.
no
I
luck.
know. I mean, honestly, for me, the bigger story than like Burger, I mean, of course, like surviving cancer, like twice she relapsed and all that, like that's incredible. Like
Yeah,
the the strength that somebody has to keep going, that's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah,
But
yeah,
also to me, like the bigger story there is the fact that Burger did not get like like she was never Germany's number one. Like
yeah,
her first time out as Germany's one was last year in the Olympics, and she's like, I don't know, 33, 34,
yeah,
if not
yeah,
older. And to me, that's the bigger story. Like, this is a person who's
Yeah,
been to some extent maybe overlooked a little bit,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
now it is her time and she's making it count.
I'm sorry, that save, that save, just for that save itself, player of the match. Like, my
Yeah,
God, what a fantabulous save!
I
Absolutely
swear
amazing.
it happened on my side, but I was so sure that like that went in. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
so basically, just to set the scene, um, so this time I was not like with any uh, you know, any walls or anything else. That
yeah,
I was actually um, a bit further away, a bit further up. Nice seats actually, but the thing was there was a lot more like fans. Like, support for Germany was intense. Like,
yeah,
when like offside goals were called, like goals were called offside. There were two
yeah, yeah, yeah.
goals that were
Two
called
goals
offside.
that were ruled
Yeah,
out.
and
Yeah,
both after Germany went to play down,
yeah,
and like the German fans were cheering like they had scored goals. Like, it was
yeah,
so loud. Like, every tackle was being cheered. Every like there were a couple of occasions when like Germans were playing they were playing a very physical game,
yeah,
especially after Henry got sent off. And like there were like two or three occasions where German players went shoulder to shoulder and like really knocked French players off balance,
yeah,
showing their real strength. And every single one of that was being cheered. And so, like, when this looping thing went, I was like, oh my God, it's an own goal,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah,
and then the whole place erupts, like proper
yeah.
recognition of how insane it was. What a moment. It was amazing.
Yeah, like she literally like scooped it out, before it could go. It was amazing. Anyway, coming back to the game,
Yeah.
we haven't really been discussing that.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I have to say, I feel in some ways that the red card advantaged Germany, and
Yeah.
I feel like, if you look at the way France was set up, like the people, like they were not playing Baltimore, like they didn't start Baltimore. They started
Yeah.
with Gianni and Cascarino and Katoto, right? And like the whole thing was built for speed. So I
Yep.
think they kind of like expected that Germany would have slightly more of the ball, and
Hmm.
uh, and then France would counter with speed or something like that, right? And even
Yep.
if you look at like the midfield and the fullbacks, they're all like pretty fast. Most of them are pretty fast. So
Yeah.
like I felt like the whole like team was designed to have space in behind, and
Hmm.
I feel like what happened with the red card was that now Germany sat back, obviously, for obvious
Yeah.
reasons, and you no longer could rely on your speed. You had to rely on your creativity and playing through tight
Hmm.
spaces, etc.
Yep.
And like that's in some ways where France failed. Um, like, do you think do you think they could have done anything differently to try, like, because this is the ultimate bottle job, right? You have your
Yeah.
the other team is 10 players down, you have like a good 70 minutes to make your mark before, like before the other team
Yeah.
scores. And like really the most likely team to score actually was in some ways Germany, because there was that penalty that Nuskin missed.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. I think, so much so that I was really surprised to see Diani. But then
Yeah,
the moment I saw that team sheet, I was like,
yeah,
oh, I know what their game plan is.
yeah, yeah,
But then
yeah.
Henrik gets sent off, and they just like sit deeper and deeper. And like, credit to Germany, they did extremely well.
Yeah,
But yeah, they just like packed out the box pretty much. And um, I think the killer blow in some ways, it exposed the issues that France have, which is their midfield balance is not great. Like,
yeah,
individually, I think Karshawi is a brilliant player. I think
yeah,
Gayoro is an exceptional midfielder. OJF is getting there. She's a
yeah,
very
yeah,
good DM. And I thought she had a decent game yesterday, but that midfield definitely lacks creativity, which
yeah,
means uh, like we know that France do rely on the white players a lot.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
for Germany, they were. Like it was so obvious. Like when I was sitting there, I was talking to my sister and I was like see how they're doubling up on
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
the white players. And
And
the
I'll tell
biggest
you,
thing
I'll tell
was
you what else it was. Like, like even if you depend on your white players, I can understand, for example, if Germany has 10 players, you just want to stretch them out and try to like catch them out by stretching out and making them disorganized, right? That's how it
mhm,
works when somebody other team has a red. Um,
yep,
France, when they were coming off the flanks, uh, could not switch play. Like that can only happen. Like, for example, if Germany is doubling up here, there is a
yep,
gap somewhere else, right?
exactly.
I don't even think there was the attempt to switch play. Like, it would either
So
be
there
you
were
get
like
caught
I
out.
can vividly remember two occasions when that happened. Both
Yeah,
times they switched play to Cascarino. Like
yeah,
the issue is like clear like France don't have players who maybe have the capacity to, I don't know if it's like a vision thing or if it's like an
yeah,
ability to switch play thing.
yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
sure
yeah.
what it is.
Yeah,
But
and it was always very like slow. It was you pass back to the midfielder, then it goes
mhm,
one or two passes and then reaches the other flank. Instead of
yeah,
like a quick, movement across flanks.
exactly. It took forever. Like that's the thing. So there was this one time when like Cascarino was running into like acres of space, and I was like, "Oh, that's a goal."
Yeah.
I think it was right, like a little bit into the second half. I'm not sure,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but yeah, she had like acres of space, and I was like, "Oh, she's gonna score here." But somehow I think Knack or Ket, one of them had like put
Oh,
in a
Ket
really good
had a
block.
wonderful
Yeah,
game.
Ket. Like I mean, so many German players had like
Yeah, yeah,
incredible
yeah.
games. Like but yeah, Ket, Brand. Oh yeah, my favorite stat from the
Oh.
game is that Brand won the most duels in the game and lost the most duels in the game.
Eula Brad had a spectacular game. I was so scared that, she would get yellowed and then yellowed again because
Yeah,
she
yeah,
was just she was on it. Like she was on a roll. And the number of like tackles and like small fouls and little bits of like,
yeah.
like,
And also like there were moments when like also like on football I saw like she completed the most dribbles in the game.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
like that's another thing, like when Germany were under a lot of pressure, like even though she didn't score or she didn't even cross the ball in or cut
Yeah,
it
like,
back for
do you
anybody,
remember that
just
one run
taking it
she took? She took this
exactly
one
from
run.
all the way from her box to the other box.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah,
feel
yeah.
like doing things like that relieve pressure for
Yeah,
Germany a little bit. And that's so
yeah.
important because you just sat in your own box. Like it's very hard to
Yeah,
play like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
She had
I
a
mean,
great game.
I feel that about like two German forwards, not just Julia Brandt, but also Hoffman. I thought
Hoffman had a
I thought
great
she
game.
was like really working hard, like defensively also, offensively also, like holding up the ball, making like doing like interceptions, tackles, everything. Like I
Yeah.
thought the forwards were like in it to win it, Like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was just I was all around impressed with Joe. Miss penalty aside, Nuskin also. Flowers
Oh,
to
Nuskin had a great
Nuskin.
game.
What a
Yeah.
absolutely wonderful player. Like she literally like dragged Germany kicking and screaming to victory, Like
Yeah.
uh Ket as well, absolutely wonderful game. Nak, Ket, both had great games. I'm
Mm.
not as like sold on like Linder, but to be fair, she was already missing Heinrich. So
Yeah, no, but like Linder also went off pretty early. Like she
yeah, yeah,
got
yeah.
subbed out
In the
because
20th
like
minute.
because she picked up an injury very early on in the game.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
Linder went off and Klein. Oh yeah, Kleinheimer had a great game. She was
Yeah,
so
yeah,
good.
absolutely. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with this game. I felt like, Germany, the fact that they played, it's not just that they drew in full time, it's that they played extra time for another 30
Yep.
minutes with 10 players. I mean, yes, there were substitutions, etc., but like missing a player, having to like cope with that in terms of running, in terms of physicality. And they played a really physical game, like really
Oh,
really
yeah.
physical. They were breaking
Oh, yes,
France
there
up.
were. You know, I think girls on the ball tweeted that there were 50 fouls in this game. That's how
Yeah,
like, it was very start stop. It just and this ref, no, oh god, this
yeah,
ref like would not play advantage. Like would not like she was hell bent on never playing advantage. She would like blow. Like honestly, in the first half, I genuinely felt like she was just favoring France. Like I
yeah,
hate to say this, but there
yeah.
were so many fouls on Germany that she overlooked, and like shoulder to shoulder she called fouls. Like it was ridiculous.
I'll tell you what
But
it
I
was. I also feel like France were making a ham out of things a little bit,
oh yeah, they
like,
were rolling around.
yeah, it was very obvious. And I think Germany realized that later in the game. And you could see like Nuskin fell once and then just did like a flop on the floor. And I'm just like, I like, well done. At that point, like, I'm not somebody who's like, oh, yay, dark arts or whatever. But
Yeah,
at that
yeah,
point, I was just like, payback is, a B.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
was just like, yeah, and like, oddly enough, it's not like there was just fouls committed by Germany and France was just like this holier than thou team that was playing football. No, I'm
No,
sorry, 24 fouls to 26 fouls. So it was,
exactly. So when I saw that girls on the ball thing, so I was in a very crowded tram last night when I was
yeah,
just scrolling through my Twitter, and I just saw
yeah,
that and I didn't look it up on FootMob. Today I looked
yeah,
it up on FootMob and it was 26 and 24. I was like, what the fuck, man? Like, what do you mean? Like, I thought it would be like, oh, like 35 fouls
yeah,
committed
yeah,
by Germany and the rest by France. But apparently it was very even, which means the ref completely like lost control of the game. That's what it is.
yeah, 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 exactly. And
Like, you need to like at some point you just need to start carding people. And
yeah,
I feel
yeah,
like,
yeah. I mean,
even maybe the
to
red
be fair,
card
she did.
shook her.
She did card people. Like, by the end of it, I like, I feel like there were some five German players who had cards. Like, uh,
Oh yeah.
like, the coach obviously had a card. Christian Wook had a card.
Oh of course. Yeah.
Julebrand had a card. Nuskin had a card. Ket had a card. Um, yeah, so that's what. And of course, Heinrich though obviously had two cards technically.
Yeah. A couple of friends also
A
got
card that is a different color.
yeah.
Anyway, so that's like one, two, three, four people, and then five if you count Heinrich.
Yeah.
So, and
So
France had two. So, like, by that logic, it's not like the ref was not being like card, card,
yeah,
card
but like
happy.
that's the thing, right? I feel like, like at least eye test wise, I felt like the first half and like a good chunk of the second half is when most of the like
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah,
heavy
yeah,
fouls happened. Because after
yeah,
that, everybody just got tired. There were like one or two
yeah,
late challenges because tired legs, right?
yeah,
But
yeah,
I felt like she should have started carding people earlier
yeah, yeah,
because
yeah,
like you know just to establish control over the game. Like
yeah,
that's how you
yeah,
like if a team like say if a team fouls continuously 5 times, the fifth foul, even if that person has committed a foul before, is gonna get a yellow. That's how it works, right? In refereeing,
yeah,
just to
yeah, yeah,
send a and I feel like anyway, I mean this ref yeah, I mean it was such and the amount of time like she would blow the whistle like 10 seconds after the foul,
yeah.
not
That
because
was
she's
very
playing
annoying.
advantage. It's not even like she's playing advantage. It's like she's trying to make
Yeah.
up her mind whether that was a foul or
Foul or
not.
not, yeah, it was like,
Oh,
that was the annoying part for me. Like, it wasn't like the start stop nature itself. And like, I can't even say for sure that I enjoyed watching this game because I was so
oh,
tense the whole time. It was so start and
yeah.
stop. I was just tense. Like, 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 I at the starting of the game I was supporting Germany because they were like the team I was supporting to win the whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean, before they started doing terribly in the group stage.
Mm-hmm.
But like, there was just like the whole time it was just tense. Like, I couldn't look at this game and say football had been played. Like, half the
Yeah.
time I was just like start stop start stop start stop, and I was just like, what a foul, what a foul. I was like, in
Yeah.
fact, instead of like being like what a pass, I was just like,
Wow.
congratulating Germany on like foul.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was there was very start stop, but yeah, I mean, ultimately, listen, there are like two Chelsea slash former Chelsea players who were big stars in the game, and
Yeah.
like it was
Oh
enjoyable.
God.
Once you
Make
set
it
aside
about
the fact that
Chelsea.
yeah, setting aside the fact that it was a game with like no attack, pretty
Yeah,
much
yeah,
because France didn't know how to attack, and Germany couldn't. Um,
yeah.
like defensively, it was honestly it was almost joyous to watch Germany perform that
Yeah,
way.
same here. I was just like, I think I texted Kai, I think the 70th minute or something. And I was just like, I do not care who wins. Germany are
Yeah,
heroic. Absolutely
yeah,
spectacular. Like to keep this French team out of scoring when you're 10, like down to 10, is just, it's like that, the level of organization and grit that takes. And you know how long they played for? They must have, like
yeah.
like I'm sure Spain is
2
like cackling
hours.
in their hotel room, like like
Yeah,
one extra day of rest, plus
doing this.
half an hour less of
Ooh.
football, plus
Yeah,
one red card that gets
yeah.
can't play in the next game. I think violent conduct, 3 games, no?
Huh, I mean, doesn't matter. Like, hopefully,
Yeah.
Wamser is back. They can switch
Yeah.
back to like a back
So
four.
like I'm just like, and we don't know what's Linder's injury situation. So it's looking like it's a really bad thing for Germany in
Yeah,
general. So I like, honestly, I
yeah,
really don't know what's going to be like, but like I can, like, just I was just like in that point, and like Kai texted me back saying, but France can, for all these reasons, all the injuries and everything,
mm.
France can still beat Spain, but Germany can't. uh and I'm just like, I don't care, like at this point of time. Like France obviously, look, this French team, I mean, to be fair, Spain would give them a little bit more space to run in behind, but
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this French team ain't beating Spain. Okay, I'm sorry.
No,
Anyone who
but
thinks that,
that's the difference. No, no, I still believe that. I still
yeah,
do because, like, I mean, it's just the amount of space that Spain are gonna leave behind. Like
I
this
know.
France
I'll tell
team can
you. I'll tell
completely.
you where they lose. They will lose the midfield
Hmm.
battle.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. They will lose the midfield battle. But they'll just like if they like just let Spain have the ball. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think France also have a problem in that they are not exceptional defensively. Like they're not
Yeah.
organized.
Like,
Like
I
the
tell you
way
what,
Germany
like they
played.
could not, like Germans can do this, right? That they have shown us now that they can break up play. And that's what you
Yeah,
require. Like that's what you need to
yeah,
do versus, I mean, I don't know how many more cards they can accept, but
yeah.
Niskin can't play the game as well. The
Such a
Spain game.
shame. Yeah. But
Yeah,
anyway, I just
anyway.
wanted to have a word about like just a word on France. Like, I mean, like hindsight's 2020, but I do think starting Diani backfired. And I was
Yeah.
wondering why, like, like part of me was thinking that he should bring on like Baltimore sooner
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because like Diani being there clearly did not help.
Yeah.
Like what their game plan was like had Diani doing a particular role and she wasn't able to do that under the circumstances. And I did
Yeah.
feel like Baltimore had a few bright moments and I mean
Yeah,
fair
yeah, yeah.
enough she came in the 70th minute or something. So she
Yeah,
did have 15
there was
minutes
this
to
I mean, she struggled for the first 10 minutes or so, but there was, in the final couple of minutes, I forget now when, there was this move where she's coming from the opposite side of where she's supposed to be, and she was dribbling
hmm,
past like 2 or 3 players to get into the box,
yeah,
and I was like, this is what France needed. They needed this like 30
yeah.
minutes ago.
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, and I think pretty much it exposed their issues in the midfield.
Yeah,
Um, but defensively, obviously, we didn't get to see how well France can defend against a like a good team. At least not against Germany. But yeah, I mean, which I guess brings us to Switzerland versus Spain versus Switzerland, right?
yeah.
Germany are
Okay,
going to be playing
Spain.
Spain.
Spain versus Switzerland, I think everybody knew how this game was going to end, and it ended the way everyone thought it would. 2-0 to
Hmm.
Spain. Del Castillo scored in the 66th minute. Pina gave me some fantasy points by scoring in the 71st minute. Really saved my blushes because I was doing really badly in fantasy this week. Anyway, Maritz got a red card in the 90 plus second minute, I think. And uh, s- strangely enough, in this game as well, both Mariona and Alexia missed penalties. Okay,
Yeah.
now before we do anything else, I have to say this: conspiracy theory time. Like there has to there has to be something wrong with the ball, or they've measured the distance wrong to the spot. Or there's like wind in like Switzerland that secretly blows only during penalties. There has to be some reason that so many players are missing penalties. Like this is not natural. It can't be natural that all these like experienced players with so many penalties under their bag are missing pens left, right, and center. And like really
Yeah.
experienced players, it's not people you wouldn't expect to be missing these penalties.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I have seen now in the last year Alexia missing three penalties. Like
Yeah,
one in the World Cup, in the Olympics, one against Chelsea in the first leg of the Champions League, and now this. So yeah, no, I mean, fair enough. I mean, we can conspire as much as like do
yeah,
conspiracy theory as much as we want, but yeah, I don't know what it is. Like part of me is also wondering, for example, the German manager Vuk was asked if like what he thought about like potentially the game going to penalties pre-match, and
yeah,
he assured that the German journalists that they have practice penalties. So it's
yeah,
clearly become like a talking point, and the
yeah,
camps are aware of it. So
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
also wondering like, oh, are the players now feeling extra nervous stepping up? There
yeah,
are they also like,
possibly.
oh, this is bad juju,
Yeah,
like it's like it gets in your head, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You can't uh, like set that aside, but
I
yeah,
mean,
there have
to be
just been
fair, like,
shit
but
penalties.
hear me out. Even before England created this bad juju, and I'm wholly putting this on England and Sweden. Uh, Even before that game, there were a ton of missed penalties.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Hegerberg
think
missed one.
Hegerberg missed one. I think there were two or three more. Like I can't remember now off the top of
Yeah,
my head, but there were a bunch of like there have been at least two or three before that as well. And uh, I'm wondering, like before it was a thing where it went into players' heads. It was already a thing, So I'm just like, there has to be some explanation, physical, like material, physical explanation for
yeah,
why all these
explanation for
papers
this.
and players are missing their penalties. Like I just don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know. It
I mean,
feels
maybe
off.
somebody will do like research into it to see if there were any material factors influencing
Yeah,
penalties. But yeah, I mean, it's honestly ridiculous. It's a bit
yeah,
ridiculous. Like and
yeah,
like for instance, like I feel like okay, the penalty Alexia took, it wasn't even like a very tough save. It was just
yeah, yeah, yeah,
not a great penalty. It was at a good height. The
yeah,
goalkeeper
yeah,
went the
yeah,
right way. So
yeah,
like all these, like somebody tweeted saying how all like everybody is shooting across for pens. Like
yeah,
all
yeah,
the
yeah,
right footed players are going to the right side of the goalkeeper,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
all the left footed players are going to the left side of the goalkeeper. And
Right,
they
right,
said,
right.
I want to do some more research on this and women's football.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I don't know, like, but yeah, I mean, if the goalkeeper goes the right way, then your
yeah,
chances of converting it is just like a bit lesser, when maybe we're
yeah,
seeing better research, etc., etc. I don't know
yeah.
what it is, but
And
yeah.
like also like I don't like this messing around. Like yesterday's game, Marjorie took this side run up squiggly lines business and then took a penalty. I'm just like sorry, just like bag it in, like bang it
I
in.
saw her. I saw her standing so far away from the ball. I was like, "Where are you running in from, man?" Like it was
Yeah,
literally like a perpendicular run, and then like this. Sorry, a parallel run and a perpendicular run, and she
yeah.
slowed down.
It was
Terrible
like
penalty.
it was like she. You remember when in those old fashioned Nokia phones used to have Snake on them? It was kind of like
Oh,
that.
yeah, that's exactly what Marjorie's penalty was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway, coming
but
to this game, the game that we were actually discussing that we haven't been
yeah,
discussing. Um, what did you like make of like did this? What did you make of the game? Do you think it just worked out the way you thought it would?
I mean, I thought like I expected a battering. Like I expected
Yeah,
like a 4-0 score
yeah,
line.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, part of me, I mean, I was like, it's going to be either 4-0 Spain or like
yeah,
1-0 Switzerland. Like it would be a
yeah,
smash
yeah,
and
yeah,
grab. Because,
yeah,
home tournament, like home team,
yeah,
and
yeah,
the fans were incredible. There was like a
yeah,
20,000, 25,000 people fan mass that happened to the stadium.
yeah,
And there's a picture from like a drone picture from like people walking on the bridge. It was amazing.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So like it was, in my head it was going to be going one of those one or two ways. And um and I honestly thought Switzerland did well to hold off Spain for about 60 minutes. I think the first goal comes when it comes at 66 minutes when Spain make that substitution. They bring Athenia in. So
yeah,
I mean, there was a game plan which is just to um, like defend the box and double up on players from time to time and just be very alert defensively. And
yeah.
I thought Switzerland did a good job. But you know what, massive credit to Spain as well, because I
Yeah,
don't think they've come up against an opposition who have done this as well
yeah,
in the tournament. And
yeah,
listen, towards the end of the first half, or maybe a little bit into the second half, I'm not sure, but this was before the first goal. Like like Mariona misses the pen, and then like they hit the bar once, and this is one chance where it hits the post, and then I think somebody shoots again. It goes from Liv Peng's body to the other
yeah,
post, and it
yeah, yeah,
goes
yeah.
out. And at this point, I'm like, oh my god, is this going to be one of those days for Spain?
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah. It
like
was just,
already
it
like
felt like bad juju because I thought that they would have scored, like they deserved to have scored in the first half. Like I thought
yeah,
that they'd done enough.
exactly. So and I think there was a an early yellow for Alexandri.
Alexandria.
And I remember that yellow Spain protested uh, hard because I don't know, like people were starting to lose their heads. I felt like Patry
Yeah,
was irritated and annoyed.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Alexia was annoyed. Like I could see it in their body language, and
yeah,
I
yeah,
in my head I was like, oh, this is an opportunity for Switzerland here. If they keep defending and score one goal on transition, like
yeah,
they could actually like make their way through to the semifinals. But
yeah, yeah,
credit to
yeah,
Spain for being patient, for believing that they could do something. Because if we are thinking, oh, is this one of those days? I
yeah,
feel like they are also thinking it. You know,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
and
yeah,
I
credit
have
to
to
them.
say, like, also, I will say this: Athenia, every time she's been on the pitch, Spain have looked better. I think
Hmm.
maybe like, and I also think that Caldente, I love her. Okay, I love her to bits, even though she's an Arsenal player. But uh, she does not, like, I don't know how much she offers playing that, sort of right wing position. Like I just don't see that as her best position, and I feel
Hmm.
like Athenia just brings a lot of movement and a lot of like uh, uh energy
Yeah.
to that area. So I feel like maybe it's time to consider benching Caldente.
I think a bit differently. I think it's always good to. So I know, like, what Athena brings is like she's scored 2 goals, fair enough.
Yeah,
But I also don't think of Athena as like a goal scorer in that sense. Um, like a reliable goal scorer, if
yeah,
you
yeah,
will.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
What she does bring is pace. So
yeah,
I understand this decision of bringing Athena off the bench, seeing what the game demands. Because if
yeah,
so, what happened when Athena came on is that Spain started to go a bit more direct
yeah,
with
yeah,
her
yeah,
pace,
yeah,
and that really helped
yeah,
because then you're bringing a new dimension to your attack.
yeah,
And
yeah,
in
yeah.
that sense, I feel like maybe Athena coming off the bench is better. Like I don't think Caldente particularly had a bad game. I just the miss
Yeah,
penalty, and yeah, I think again the miss penalty affected her a lot. Like again, it showed
yeah,
in her body language quite a bit.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, I'm personally not a big fan of Athena. Like yeah, don't care much for her as a player. But I mean, in this game, I have to like Bonmati was incredible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Aitana's like her movement, like her
Yeah.
vision, like because she's had like a sluggish start to the tournament,
Yeah.
obviously
Yeah.
because of the meningitis.
Also the
We've not seen the
assist.
best of her. The assist, the back heel assist, that
Yeah.
was
Yeah. Yeah.
quite
Yeah.
something. And now Athena has scored 2 goals off of 2 back heel assists from Aitana and Alexia. So yeah, so she had a great game, and yeah, I think once they I thought Bene looked really good. Like
Yeah.
she was running around quite a bit. Like they also changed how they were set up. Like Bene was no longer playing right wing back; she was playing up top with Chertalieb. So
Yeah. Yeah.
the two of them obviously uh, it could have worked, but again they didn't. They just couldn't get that ball right. Like
Yeah.
just a little bit less power on the ball because there were a lot of balls that kind of ran out of play because there was too
Yeah.
much on
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
or Katakoi game came and like claimed it. So it was
Yeah.
just the accuracy of it. But yeah, I mean, I felt like that was a very, very like commendable display from Switzerland.
Yeah, I mean, it was
Even
really
Pilgrim, when
commendable.
she
I think
came off the
Peng
bench, looked
also, like, I
dangerous.
thought Peng had a good game as well, like, as
Yeah,
goalkeeper. I mean, I'm
yeah.
saying this despite like 2 goals having gone in. And like, I thought, like, all the usual people had decent games. Reuter had. I think the thing what Switzerland is that their quality of players does not uh, will not allow them to beat Spain, but they'll be
Hmm.
so organized and so
Yeah,
like well drilled that they will never be smashed by 5-0 by Spain.
yeah,
And I said this
yeah. I
before
think.
in the predictions as well. Like I said that it would be a close game, 2-1, 3-1, something like that. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Switzerland didn't score, but it wasn't like it was a close game for in the sense that nobody had scored for very long. So
Yeah.
it was
I mean,
always
to be
open for
fair,
a smash and grab.
like Switzerland have conceded the least to Spain in this tournament. So their
Yeah.
score lines are 5-0 against Portugal, 6-2 against Belgium, 3-1 against Italy, and 2-0 against Switzerland. So like that kind of shows how
Yeah.
organized they
Yeah.
were. And I don't necessarily think Spain was super unlucky in this game.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean it's pretty much, when you're a team that attacks a lot, one or two balls
Yeah. Yeah.
are bound to go off the bar and things like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, credit to both teams and credit to the fans. I mean, they were loud. They were
Yeah.
sticking
Yeah.
around, cheering the players on, and cheering
Yeah. Yeah.
on their manager and things like that. I mean, there was a real energy in that stadium in that
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. Also, credit to Patry. Uh, I feel like like the Spain defense does look a little bit better because Patry's in that midfield.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Oh
A
yeah,
little
yeah,
bit.
yeah,
So,
absolutely. I think even Katakoi coming on, I think made a difference. You remember how we spoke about the high line
yeah.
and
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
issue with not committing to the high line
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
how they're conceding. Is this the first clean sheet they've kept, by the way? Oh
I
no, they
think
kept a
so.
clean sheet against
No. No. No.
Portugal.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, I mean, like this is the first, like yeah, I mean, in a couple of games, and you know, the issue with Claris was like I don't think she was very confident with her feet, so like not committing to that high line was an issue for Spain, and I feel like that's getting resolved. So like for Spain going into like the next stage of the competition, I think two things that they'll take a lot of positivity from. One is the fact that they kept a clean sheet, and the second is the fact that they managed to still score despite losing their heads in the first half a little bit. It's not easy to like miss penalties and then still be calm enough
Yeah.
to score more, and they managed to do that. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I feel bad for Switzerland, but I feel like this was their ceiling as well. Like I didn't imagine
Hmm.
them beating Spain,
I agree.
and
I completely agree.
I feel like setting this up for a Spain Germany semis is like you couldn't ask for anything better in terms of semis. I would have liked to have seen it in the final. Maybe that's what I had predicted
Hmm.
earlier.
Yeah.
That would be a Spain Germany final. Germany would smash and
Hmm.
grab it. Um, but This is good as well. I feel like in a semis though, I feel like Spain beats Germany. Like I can't see a honestly, I don't see a universe that this German team with all its injuries and all of its problems is
Hmm.
going to beat Spain.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think Germany can beat Spain. I mean, I've been particularly disappointed with Clara Bull and Leah Schuler. I feel
Yeah,
like they've both had really disappointing. Like Schuler didn't even start yesterday, and
which is
Hoffman did
good.
quite well.
Hoffman was
Yeah,
absolutely fantastic. Should
exactly. She
continue.
was fantastic. I'm pretty sure she got like a standing ovation when she left.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
like I do. I've been a bit disappointed, and with when you're playing against a team like Spain, like you need to be organized defensively, which maybe Germany can pull off. They've shown that they
yeah,
can, and on the day maybe they can pull off. And a good goalkeeping performance from Anne Berger. But
yeah,
you also need to score,
yeah,
and
yeah,
that's the issue that I'm having with Germany is the fact that they are not really able to create enough
yeah,
and score. Like it seems like Eula Brand is the only one who's firing
yeah, yeah, yeah.
in that
Like
team, and
Bool really needs to come to the party somehow. Like make it happen
yeah,
magically. I don't know, whatever.
yeah.
Anyway, uh, let's do quick predictions for the semifinals.
Oh
Okay.
yes, it's England Italy, right?
Yeah.
The first semis is England versus Italy, or Italy versus England. I'm gonna go mm, probably like a 3-1 England win.
Yeah. It is England versus Italy. I'm gonna go 2-0 England. Uh,
Yeah.
and then
I swear,
Germany
man,
versus
if this goes to penalties, yeah,
yeah.
no more like no more. Just finish it in regulation time.
Also, like
I
you
don't
know,
want to see like 120 minutes.
also like England do not deserve to be where they are right now. I'm sorry, I'm going to stand by this. It should have been Sweden,
Yeah,
but like now that they are there, I just can't see them losing to Italy. I just feel like Italy, like Switzerland,
yeah.
has reached their ceiling.
And I also like I need to think about my other agenda, which is Spain not winning.
Yeah, I
And
don't think Italy can beat Spain also.
yeah, that's the thing. I mean, we've already seen Italy go up against Spain, right, in that group stage
Yeah.
match. They were pretty good. Like they weren't bad at all. But yeah, I feel like among all of these teams that are left, I feel like England have the best shot, just in terms of quality and depth. Like they're playing like shit right now.
Yeah.
They've been found out in some ways in terms of tactics and things like that. But I do have an agenda ultimately. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Um, we don't claim to be unbiased on this channel.
never
Um,
have, never have.
and then Germany versus Spain, really quick.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Spain win on penalties. I know I said I don't want to see penalties, but
Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna go to extra time. It's gonna be like 2-2, and then they go to penalties, and Germany win.
Yeah, Germany went on penalties. Come on, Germany. Germany are better
Yeah.
at penalties than Spain. It's an objective
Oh, if
fact.
you have AKB in goal for you, you're winning the
Yeah.
penalty shootout. It's that
Yeah, yeah.
simple.
I mean, that's the only thing they're better than Spain at,
Yeah.
arguably. But anyway, uh, we have to do a quick AFCON update before we leave you guys. The quarterfinals for the AFCON just happened, and my God, Nigeria versus Zambia ended 5-0 to Nigeria, which is the thumping I did not expect. Ohale
Yeah.
scored in the second minute. Okoronkwo scored in the 33rd minute. Ahezwo scored in the 45th minute. Demahin scored in the 68th minute. And Jamil Lucy scored in the 90 plus first minute. Then we had
Morocco versus
uh,
Mali.
Morocco versus Mali, which ended 3-1. Jaredi scored in the 7th minute, and then the 79th minute took a penalty, so a brace for Jaredi. Chappelle scored in the 89th minute. Traore scored in the 90 plus 2 minutes, I think.
7 minutes.
7 minutes
Seven.
on a
Yeah.
penalty. Um, and then Algeria versus Ghana ended nil-nil and finished 2-4 to Ghana on pens. South Africa versus Senegal ended nil-nil, finished 4-1 to South Africa on pens. So the semi-final fixtures are lining up: Nigeria versus defending champions South Africa, and we have Morocco versus Ghana.
Yeah,
For some reason, Morocco is MAR. I didn't.
isn't it? I mean, I don't know. I remember Morocco as MAR from like
Oh,
Olympics. I could be wrong. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, it's
where
interesting
is the
because I
A
feel
in
like,
Morocco?
huh?
Where is the A in
I don't
Morocco?
know. I don't know actually. Isn't it MAR? I don't know.
I mean,
Uh,
I could be
Anyway,
wrong. It could
we'll
be MAR.
we'll figure that out later. It might be
Yeah.
my mistake. Anyway,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, like South Africa versus Nigeria is interesting because they're probably the two strongest teams
Yeah.
um, in African football. So one of them are going to get knocked out. Which, uh, yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
that's
I
how
mean,
knockout
I
tournaments
think
work.
at this point, I feel like it's South Africa's tournament. To be fair, I
Yeah,
think Morocco are the home team, right?
yeah, they are the home team. So I mean, it'll be interesting if they can actually manage to like get to the finals. It'll be,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
the
yeah.
vibes will be fantastic, I'm sure.
Yeah,
And
and Nigeria obviously is a contender because 5-0. Beating any team
yeah,
5-0, I think makes you a proper contender.
yeah, and Zambia, obviously, like we know some star players were there in Zambia,
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
I'm sure that
Clearly,
must give
defense is
them like
not
a.
somewhere they have star players.
Yeah, I think there are two, three star players, and then nobody. I don't know. I
Yeah,
should really catch up on all the action from Afcon as well. But
yeah,
yeah, I mean, it'll be really interesting if Morocco actually manage to get to the finals. What that looks like, and what that
yeah, yeah.
looks like for football in Morocco as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So that brings us to the end of this episode. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share, do all those wonderful things, and let us know your thoughts in the comments for sure. Like, we love the feedback we got in the last video. We even have a troll now. It's really fun. Um. Anyway.
Give
Um.
us your score predictions. Tell us uh, how okay. Tell us how many penalties will be missed overall in this tournament.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
make it
Yeah.
fun.
Let's make it fun. Penalties. First we have to calculate how many have already been missed. But we will
Yeah,
come next episode. Look forward to that number.
I read somewhere that before the Germany France game, that there
Yeah.
was a 48% conversion rate for pens in this
Oh,
tournament,
that's
which is
mad. That's
pretty
mad.
abysmal. Yeah, but yeah, do tell us.
Yeah. Anyway, we will see you next episode. Um, See you when we see you. Bye bye.